Get some training in at this elevation. Race you to the top? Oh God, I'm scared. Let's do it. 3, 2, 1, go!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Super stoked to be here in Montana with local-ish legend James Conrad. He did live here when he was between 7 and 10 years old. Used to frequent Blue Mountain, which we're about to show you guys. We're here for the ZooTown Open, presented by Ink Realty and driven by Innova. And we're gonna show you guys this awesome mountain course. James, tell us a little bit about your background here in Missoula.
Yeah, my family lived in Missoula, Montana, 1997 to 2000. So yeah, I was about 7 when we moved here and 10 when we moved away. That was just about the time I was really starting to get into disc golf. Me and my dad a lot. My mom was a little bit into it too, but my dad was teaching ROTC at the University of Montana in town, and yeah, we'd come up to Blue Mountain all the time. There's another course in town back in the 90s, Patty Canyon, that we played at a lot. This is only like my second time back to Missoula since year 2000 though, so it's definitely a cool feeling to come back here and kind of get some memories of being a little dude out here on this course, chucking some discs.
Getting back, and I feel like mountain golf always brings us back to just the joy of the game, the excitement. It's a little bit different, you know, we're playing at elevation, our discs are flying different. We're playing down these steep inclines with just amazing views all around, so it's hard not to have a good time for us outdoor lovers. And I think, James, last time you came here, between when you lived here, you got second place, you said, at the tournament they held in 2019. So you're definitely familiar with the track and have played well here as an adult now.
As an adult, yeah. Calvin kicked my butt, I think, back in 2019 ZooTown Open, but I was trying to chase him down that final day. But I'm kind of glad we're not playing at the golf course that we played on that year. It's fun just to get all three cracks up here at Blue Mountain.
Well, I'm dressed like this because there's tons of mosquitoes. We brought bug nets in case we need them, but we're playing in the midday, so it should be better. James, what are we starting off with here on one?
Yeah, hole one. This is kind of a long par 3, clocking in at 483 feet. It's like quite a bit downhill. It's really steep slope, and it's a totally blind hole. The place to kind of shoot up over the first row of trees you see. And there's kind of like a back row. I'm sure it's hard to differentiate on camera, but there's kind of a back row of trees back there that you're kind of wanting to push and fade before you get to them. Yeah, I'm excited to get a few practice throws on this one because it's definitely a touchy kind of shot. Like a pushing stall hyzer is kind of what I remember best about this one. I'm going to take this Panic, which has been one of my go-tos lately. It should be pretty overstable at the elevation we're playing at, and just hit it hard and flat over this first row of trees. Try to fade towards the pin.
Push.
Not quite.
Should be like 70 foot left or so. There's a pine tree out there that James just faded in front of that I found. Oh, look, bald eagle in the back. Cool stuff, Montana vibes, look at that. But yeah, there's a pine tree that James just faded in front of. I feel like if you can fly just long of that, that's probably the money zone. I'm gonna go with my honor here. Should be a putt, we'll see. We already got bald eagles in the back, you guys. We got the mountain man himself throwing lines up here. It's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, it is.
One more at the truss just for some fun.
Sick.
I feel like a straighter disc isn't terrible the way this one shapes, like you were saying, the way it needs to push and then just die at the end.
Definitely.
But if the wind kicks up, I definitely like that fairway driver at least.
Yeah, that eagle is sweet.
Doesn't get a lot better view-wise, and the company is impeccable. And then I guess I'm out then.
Like, I wonder if that's it. Oh, yeah.
Because it looked like it went inside of this tree.
I think I just hit this one and plinkoed down or something.
Yeah, that makes sense. You caught this branch and just like, yeah.
Filtered.
All right, flip plays.
Come on.
No. First jumper of the day. Turns out James had a great drive.
Yeah, we were just looking like short left for my disc for about 5 minutes. Wandered up here to circle one and found it about 27 feet from the pin. So I think I got a little lucky plinko. Not the drive I wanted, but.
Capitalizes.
Can't argue with results though. Take a little lucky birdie.
All day.
I'll take 17 more while we're at it.
You threw it close enough. Close enough to get rewarded. All right, James, first blood. All right, hole 2, we're down in the bowl and the mosquitoes are freaking here with us. 346-foot par 3. Really only one option, move the disc pretty drastically from the right to the left. Really nice for kind of a steep backhand hyzer that stands up a little bit throughout the flight. So maybe a fairway drive or mid-range, depending on how hard you want to hit it. I don't know, James might be thinking envious thoughts, but at the same time, I feel like with the kind of ceiling, the way this one shapes up, I'm liking going back to that same honor.
Nice.
Woo. Skipped up to the left side of the circle. We got a putt.
This one kind of feels like you almost have to play to the short side of the green. Like if you push it all the way pin high before you hyzer, there's kind of a wall of trees up there. So trying to play it into the short side and take a putt seems like the way. Oh,
yeah, that was well said by James. I think a lot of times the woods try to trick you to park and everything where like the clean hyzer line, like he said, brings you in front of the basket, and a lot of times just play the clean line. Don't try to perfect stuff.
Oh, hey.
A man of the trees.
Yeah. Still feeling a little stiff from a long day of driving yesterday, so be good to loosen up throughout the day.
That's how I felt yesterday in the 4 rounds I got before the mosquitoes ran me, or the 4 holes I got before the mosquitoes ran me off the course. I feel like the body just, needs a little time out here, especially on a mountainous course where you're throwing up and down and walking up these hills.
Yeah.
Strong. I rushed it. I didn't want to make my beautiful camera lady and guest wait on the mosquitoes. All right.
I think it can be handy to like look back at the gap you're coming in. So like, as I was saying, you kind of want to come in at this short side of the circle. This flag right here would be a great spot to kind of hit the ground and scoot on up there to the left side like Conrad did. But you got a ton of trees just right of the basket, so you don't really want to push it pin high and then fade.
Maybe even slower disc now that I'm thinking about it. Just as hard pack as it is, as long as you land short. If there's no
you probably
wind.
only need to carry 320 or something to get up here for a 20-foot putt.
Yeah. I might have to try the trust out tomorrow.
Here we are on hole 3 at Blue Mountain. We're kind of working our way back up the hill. This is a relatively short par 4. It's only 525 feet. I think the biggest challenge of this hole comes from, it's kind of got a pinch point pretty late in the hole, maybe 400 feet up the hill. The gap gets quite narrow. I don't feel like you really need to push anything too crazy far off the tee. You just kind of want to get one in position to where you can shoot that gap and get up and down on the second shot. I'm gonna go with this kind of beat up Fission Photon. It's one of my bombers, but I'm excited to test it out at this elevation. It's been getting kind of flippy down at sea level, so I think it'll fly great up here in the mountains.
Oh yeah, it looks money.
Yeah, should work.
I'm gonna go explore just because, like James said, I think the big mistake here is hitting that pinch point and just being a little bit off the mark, whereas I feel like this will get just to that pinch point and hopefully won't risk being long of it, even if I throw it great. Oh, faded out a little bit, but I'll probably have a forehand flex scramble.
Yeah. You think anyone will like push one all the way through that gap, get a long look at eagle? 525 plays long up this hill.
I kind of want to, but I'm almost thinking I should even bump down to the truss once again and just like
Play it for position.
Because I think as bad as I can throw the truss, I'm going to be somewhere in the fairway, and then it's a putter in at the worst. I get the worst still, so it's.
That's true.
I think that's the only danger, and this one is doing too much. Don't fall for the bait. All right, I found this left side, and it's a bit of a low ceiling, so I'm going to go flex forehand. Yeah, just turfed it. Long putt though.
Photon was probably definitely too much disc for this tee shot. I got all the way up, like kind of into the choke point and pinched off on the left side. I'm gonna try a forehand like Connor did. My angle's a little easier, but I might not be any better at forehand, so I'd be happy to get past where Connor is. Oh, yuck.
Mountain golf, it's different. We're not used to such steep elevation.
I'm gonna try my roller disc on that forehand line.
It's crazy how everything flies different. The body just feels a little different. Ooh.
Third try's a charm. I'll take that one. Double mulligan.
Yeah, I definitely need to focus on finishing center or even slightly right here. Well, we still got a 75 footer. See if I can get it there though. Oh, the mountains will make you feel like a weenie sometimes. I feel like some of my earliest memories of you as a disc golfer are freaking you making highlights from these type of positions, just like trying to even see the basket. All of a sudden, oh, James Conrad out of the woods. I just had one of those deja vu moments looking at you in there. I was like, wait, why do I feel like I've seen this before? Because I probably
I wanted to show off a little scuba make for you.
Yeah, that was real close. Another par for me. That's a turkey par. We don't like those.
Yeah, 525, making 4 on that hole feels like a bogey. Like Connor was saying, we really got to focus on that placement off the tee, then the upshot's pretty much a cakewalk.
With hole 4, we have another short par 4 that is attackable for that eagle. This one plays downhill. You're also going to see a lot of different stroke separation out here because it is pretty tight. You got to play a steep hyzer as a right-hand backhand player, probably with an understable driver, and get it to flip up. And if you can get that disc to get to a flat point, then you've probably done your job just right. Whether or not you get through all the trees or not and give yourself an eagle look, that'll be based off of the slot machine roll. But either way, definitely a hole you want to birdie if you hit this initial gap. So let's see what we can do. Last week, this flippy ride worked some magic for me on some long rollers and just like some flip over shots, but should be a money, kind of understable, but still have some integrity slot here in the mountains. So steep hyzer. Oh my goodness gracious, that is a yank and a third.
I didn't look at that line.
I'm playing for birdie, y'all. That was that was so bad. Go, disc. James flying through the back wall, clean. Ooh, that's gonna be a long putt for eagle.
Sweet.
Oh my God, it's so bad just rushing it because of the mosquitoes. All right, I gotta focus up, let the mosquitoes cost me a stroke there. But maybe not. Let's throw it in with the Slocky Bomb Slammer. As a mosquito lands on my face in my backswing. The net might be coming out soon, y'all.
Frisbee.
All right, James putting 2, I'm putting 4, and it's arguably still my turn, so that's not the spot you want to be, let me tell you. But the bug net's on, and I'm done rushing because of these little buzzers, so it's game time. 4 pars to start, but we're locked in now. the big bird. Y'all saw that bald eagle
That's
at
a
the
fun
start.
too.
It was an omen. A bad one
Feels
for
like
me.
I kind of caught this. This is kind of one of the bigger looking lines coming in, but definitely feels like a little dice roll or slot machine, as Connor said.
I think you can hit it every time, but whether you get through these last 2 trees, I feel like it's hard. But I feel like, yeah, reasonably you can get circle 2.
Yeah, I feel like that kind of, I don't know. I'll probably try some fairway drivers tomorrow, but that photon, can't argue with those results, so
yeah.
Might be my tournament play. Here we are on hole 5. This is a pretty cool looking par 3, 370 feet. We got a pretty steep hill left of the basket, and I think it drops off pretty hard behind the basket as well. So it's definitely a little precarious. I feel like it's definitely attackable, just like a dead straight 370, but not a lot of room for error on the left side or the long side. 370, a little downhill. I'm gonna try to rip this kind of flippy Envy, pretty much right at it. I'm guessing, ideally I'll come up like 20 feet short right. It's kind of what I'm aiming for.
Oh, that whole turf just shifted on
Just needed it up in the air. It was too low.
At first I was thinking trust, but as James continued to describe the hole in the danger long and left, I think I do want to go with the pure. Try to hit a little James Conrad line, nice hard putter. If I can just get it to just drift gently left to right the whole flight, I'll be pretty happy.
Oh,
of
no.
course. I used too much of the height there. I think the line might have gotten me like a circle 2 look right side, but.
Dial this one up a little closer. That was a fun shot. Not a great one, but a fun one.
All right, I'm gonna try the trust.
Go in.
Dude, oh, that'd be cool. We'll see where that ends up. If that's in a good spot, I might be swayed, but honestly, I feel like I had to get pretty touchy on that. I like the power shot. Gotta clean up the game. James is gonna run away with it. I like that. Oh, yeah.
Hey, that was sick.
We got an A from James. That's always good.
Hey. Oh, fluffed it off the branch.
Clip the branch, but you still got to like 20.
Okay. Get some training in at this elevation. Little hill runs.
Yeah, part of me wants to just grind the hill runs today so that by tourney time my legs are just ready, you know?
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Down the canyon. Great comeback up the hill.
Yeah.
The Billy Goat himself.
A lot harder bogey putt than par putt.
Way harder. Hole 6 is pretty straightforward, 324 feet, but it just slightly slopes from the right to the left throughout the entire hole, so it makes you just feel like gravity is just pulling the disc to the left. Probably suits well for a straight forehand that fades into the hillside or turnover backhand with maybe a mid-range or fairway. I'm gonna go forehand the way this one's shaped slope-wise and bump up to the right, because if I go long, I think I'll be happy. Oh, that's so rude. Oh
smoked that little branch.
Wow. Just ripped my heart out.
Try to do a full blast with a hex. Bug. Just like that.
Perfect.
Yeah, just like that. It's a little right of what I envisioned, but it ended up being perfect.
James is parked. I'm not, so I need to throw it in. Not quite. James just said he would rather get bit by 1,000 mosquitoes than to wear blue jeans out here in the hot mugginess, hiking up and down the hills. What do you guys think? Put it in the comments. 1,000 mosquito bites or wearing blue jeans in the heat for that swamp, you know what? Wow, what a sweet backhand line. This one, you have to just throw it dead straight. And to not keep it from drifting down the hill, you gotta come in with perfect height.
Yeah.
Well thrown by the mountain man, Mr. Conrad.
Thank you.
Little bounce back birdie. There
Yeah,
you go.
happy to get the bounce back.
Heck yeah.
3 down through 6.
I'm still just even through everything. Just parred every single hole so far. It's felt great.
Here we are on hole 7. This might be, Connor, you might know, this might be the shortest hole we've played yet on tour, 227 feet. This is like kind of just like a touchy little approach shot is kind of what it feels like to me. There's quite a few trees, and these trees we've already found to be quite grabby, like they'll definitely catch that disc. But I wouldn't be surprised to see some people throw like overhand or even grenades. Maybe a little spike hyzer flick. It kind of works just a little bit of a left to right shape. So I'm going to take, I think, a nomad and play it high and floaty. Try to draw it right of the basket. This right to left slope will kind of like make that anhyzer coming in run down the hill to the left a little bit. So I'm trying to miss on the right side, have it curl back towards the pin. Couldn't tell. I felt like I clipped something.
Yeah, I hit that tree. Looked like you dropped probably circle 2.
Yeah.
Just need to be a little, I guess, straighter. But.
A little wider.
Yeah, as James said, there's the high route or there's kind of just straight up the gut. Any tree hit though, seems like it's gonna be hard to fight through. But I'm gonna trust the gap hit with this forehand glow harp. The backhand does feel enticing as well, but there's definitely a lot of options on this hole. Oh, hello, friend.
Butterfly. Looks solid.
Oh no.
A little left of it.
Left, and it hit the branch, and last I saw it was falling like this, so you never know in the mountains like what that means. I had the line proper. I think I just had a little too much heat on it.
Ooh, that didn't flip.
I'm gonna try one more stocky bomb slammer. It probably sits better on the hillside anyways. Oh yeah. Oh, I hit the same tree, but
Same tree.
better side of the tree. And I'll throw one for James too.
Like a third try as a charm. I finally got a good one.
Oh,
God.
Yeah, just lazied out James's line. It's short, but you still gotta focus.
Yeah, it's a fun little hole. Definitely touchy. I think Connor's little low forehand line is super smart. You're kind of coming in and skipping. You're kind of going to bring the disc in on an angle at a certain point, so you definitely have that risk of the roll away, but you have that pretty much no matter what you throw, especially if you hit a tree, drop. See ya. Definitely got to get around this one for that little turnover line, but definitely a good one to get dialed in. Like These super short holes you really want to get because it's so short, but a lot of times they're some of the trickier ones, like because it's such a touchy little shot.
Yeah, and they're definitely big momentum holes. You make a mistake, it can really mentally wear on you. Getting that birdie is just going to be that ammunition you need to shoot a hot round. Had a little too much speed, caught this branch. Luckily it sat down and didn't roll forever down the hill, so see if we can get our first birdie of the round. We did it. We did not go birdieless on the front nine. That's always a fear of mine.
Birdie free front nine?
Birdie free any nine. You can't, it just doesn't feel good.
Does not feel good.
All right, I finally joined James under par, but he still has 2 strokes on me. Hole 8's 342 feet. You really got to play a right-hand, backhand hyzer shot. There's not many other options, whether you want to play super high and spiky and try to clear all the trees, or kind of push it just in front of those high pine trees on the right side. I think you have a couple options here. I'm gonna go Pioneer, and if I can fade right in front of that tall pine tree back there, I think I'm gonna feel good about it. Oh, yank job, but that little slowdown might have been okay. Wow, that was so bad, y'all. So bad. I gotta learn how to play in the mountains. It's different.
I think I'm gonna go with the Photon. It's not an overstable disc, but with the height I'm gonna throw it at, it should be able to throw a nice hyzer. Hopefully it can kind of keep pushing forward. My goal is to kind of go just around and above this first tree on the right. Seems like there's a pretty big gap in the airspace up there to kind of swing a big hyzer in.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, wow.
Dang, I just caught the, I thought I had it clean, but just caught the back wall. So maybe a little higher or a little tighter. So there's definitely a pretty good sized gap up here, but these trees are super grabby. If you catch one little limb, I feel like you're just gonna drop. So really gotta hit that clean high hyzer line.
Yeah, I definitely played more overstable than I needed to. I think I'm gonna push more of a flat stall hyzer with the honor instead of trying to just force the Pioneer. Can I do it?
Oh!
Oh! Thought I hit the little hip pitch hyzer putt, but not quite. James makes my putt, so I will make his. We'll take par here. I think we're both gonna want to push it flat here and just let it fade.
Yeah.
That hyzer just adds a lot of power at the hyzer release, I feel like.
Yeah, it does.
Wow. Distracted by the hole. Didn't even see the best view yet on the course. Look at that.
It's beautiful. It's a little more green here than I was expecting. I feel like they might have had a little bit of a wet spring or something. I feel like a lot of times it gets pretty dry up here.
Yeah, a lot more like kind of brown, and then the trees are the green. But
it's beautiful.
yeah. Mosquitoes like it, but you know what? So do we when we can avoid them.
Hole 9 out here at Blue Mountain is a sweet way to finish the front 9. We got this beautiful view over the valley of Missoula and a 630-foot downhill bomb of a par 3. This is kind of like a slow fading hyzer shot down the hill. It's pretty much blind off the tee, but you can kind of see a wall of trees back there, and you're kind of wanting to fade just inside of that with a straight disc, or punch one through or even over that wall and stall and drop towards the basket. I think I'm gonna go with the Volt. Just a pretty neutral fairway driver that hopefully will just kind of glide down the hill right towards it. I feel like that was kind of pushing left to the pin, but not a bad line.
Yeah, I like that lower play here as well. I think going over the top so much can come into play. I'm gonna go with my honor. Just try to hit it flat and nose down. Oh, I turned it. Please get lucky. Par play. Way too flat on this drive, but adjustments will be made. Get down.
Nice.
That'll putt. Such a fast ground play out here, you really got to adjust for it. Woo!
Rock back.
Yeah, right?
Save me 10 feet.
Save you a few feet. Cash. Oh. All right, par cleanup. Definitely a bonus birdie hole. There it is. That's a good comeback. I think that's
Ready
just
for a little skip make?
a one birdie front nine. All
You're right, hit
par.
right by the bullseye flag. Hop right in.
Bonus skip shot. Oh, that thing almost did it though.
Yeah.
All right, that's gonna be it for our front nine. Me and James adjusting to the mountain conditions and learning the golf out here once again. Of course, he's familiar with, but hasn't seen it in a long time, so I appreciate him showing me the way through the track and joining us here for the front nine. Make sure to stay tuned for the back nine coming soon, and hit the links in the description below to go support James on all the channels possible. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see y'all soon.